Do you want beasts on your team like Khalil Mack and Saquon Barkley, but you don't have the coins to afford them? Make sure to hit up the coin store, man. Yes, link will be down in the description below. Make sure that you tell them that I sent you and get 10% off your first order. Yo, what's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's your boy Trippy here, coming at you with another Madden 19 video. And for this one right here, we're actually going to go ahead and it's just more of an update video for my Eagles theme team. Yes, so I've actually accomplished something I didn't think was possible at all, honestly. But I've actually gotten to the point where I do not need any uniforms for actual like chemistries such as pass rush, lockdown, go deep, and or zone run. I can actually use the Philadelphia Eagles uniforms and get Eagles chems instead. So I decided to do it a little more on the balance side, which is do Eagles rushing for 16, Eagles passing for 16, and then Eagles pass D, because a lot of people, pass for some strange reason, maybe because it's broken, but and Eagles pass D, which gives +1 catch and finesse movement press. Of course, I wish I could get it at +2, but it's literally the only amount that I could do is 10, 10, 10, and 10. So if I decided to go, I don't know, 20 on one and 20 on the other, I'll do that, like 20 pass D, 20 Eagles rushing, and things like that. But let me show you how I completed this. But before we get any further now, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. 2-piece those mofos. It'll help us grow tremendously. And I say us because it's not just me. It's us. It's all of us. You know what I mean? You're the psychedelic squadron. I'm Trippy. I actually got to come up with a nickname for me other than Trippy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll come up with that later. But either way, let's go ahead and look at how we did it. Now, it helps when you have other players that are not on the team as far as like the Eagles chems with their chemistries. Now, I have DeAndre Hopkins here with the go deep, but even if, and that's only because I wanted to get a gameplay with him, but even if you did not need, or even if I didn't have DeAndre Hopkins, I could actually still use the go deep chems, because I could have somebody like Chris Carter, who I would have in there, who has +3, some -1, blah, blah, blah. That's right at 30. Now, Tommy Bohannon, all of them, the zone run's actually +3. So I didn't even really need, I probably needed like one of them for real at that position. But forgive me on my voice, man. I'm actually still trying to get over this cold. But a weak spot once I first started this theme team was the halfback position. Wow. But with the addition of Jordan Howard to the real team, the Le'Veon Journey, and then the LeGarrette Blount, they got a power card. This might arguably be the second strongest position on the team next to wide receiver. We got so many stacked wide receivers, bro. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and put another TO in the game. He'll be even better. They're going to put in, I already got another Golden Tate that's available. I could get him, but I'm like, nah, I'll wait. Alshon, who's a beast, initially a 94, or excuse me, yeah, 94, goes to 95. He has a +3 overall in this team, if I'm not mistaken. Jordan Howard, who's really a 95 base with a +3 overall with all the chemistries. Like, this team is amazing. And then with the addition to the Eagles chems on the squadron, bro, 16 out of 16 for Eagles passing and rushing. That means that the offensive line is eating with the stats right now, bro. Brandon Brooks is literally damn near 99 everything, bro. That is insane. His passing traits were typically his higher traits just because he's known more for his pass blocking. But with the Eagles rushing chems adding on top of that, his is arguably better than his passing traits. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's crazy, bro. I can't get over this. I think it's really dope that they added things like that into the game to kind of like help theme teams out, to kind of cover up weaknesses and things like that. If that's the actual reason, did they think it would be this broken, quote unquote? They probably didn't, but it's still an interesting aspect that I enjoy. Like I keep saying, if it wasn't for theme teams, I would most likely not have a MUT team, and I'd be probably playing something else on this channel. But peeping the defense real quick, man, nothing's really changed if I'm not mistaken. It does help to have 98/99 Ryan Shazier back here, and a 99 Ray Lewis for the Chems, man. As you can see, I got a +4 pass rush on him, and I had to finagle a couple players to make sure that I get that 30 for 30 pass rush. Like, I had to put pass rush on my backup safeties. I had times 4 on Reggie White and Javon Kearse. Let's see, the line. I actually had times 6 on Derek Barnett, which helps out tremendously. So if you're struggling with this, Derek Barnett is going to be your biggest help as far as chemistries, next to the 99 overalls, of course. It's probably going to be a little bit more difficult now to obtain his card, just because the Rising Stars aren't in the game no more, and the odds of pulling a Derek Barnett Rising Stars out of packs is slim to none, honestly. But if there's any tips that I could give you guys as far as getting 50 out of 50 and all your chemistries up, and make sure that you got a good amount of chemistries on your Eagles uniforms and things like that, it would most definitely be, 1, get a really good amount of training. So when you're doing these uniforms in stadiums and things like that, in order to unlock, I gotta actually hit B because I accidentally hit X. But in order to unlock, damn, I did it again. But in order to unlock each one of these chemistry slots, you need altogether about 9.7K in training alone. So this took well over, I want to say 40,000 in training, if I did the math correctly in my head, which I know I didn't, but it's about 40K training alone. Now, since training is really at a really all-time low, it'll probably cost you about $250 to get all of that. Some give or take, you know, a couple K, depending on if you get a couple snipes or, you know, whatever you got going on. But then after that's the hard. It's like 50K or 50 points per like training upgrade or something like that. So it's not that bad, honestly, after that. So once you get that out the way, and then you got your chemistries on each one of your players, you're sitting pretty for a while. Now, if there's any like chemistry that you want me to like play with and like give you guys like a review on which chem works, I'm more than willing to do that. I did notice that taking Eagles passing chems off and putting Eagles rushing chems off makes a huge difference when running the ball, bro. So like, I was getting all types of pancakes that I've never gotten before, but on the flip side of that, and without Eagles passing chems, I was getting rushed a lot more as well. So there is definitely a flip side to all of this. But another tip that I would give you, bro, like, get as many higher overalls as possible. Malcolm Jenkins team MVP, if you have the means to get a Brandon Brooks team MVP, and this doesn't necessarily just apply for the Eagles theme team. Of course, this can apply for all theme teams. So if you're looking for a Patriots theme team, a Texans theme team, God Awful Cowboys theme team, there's plenty of overalls that you can go through. So another thing that I didn't necessarily touch on in my initial Eagles theme team video was the fact that I do have Jordan Hicks back here, bro. I don't know if I really like dug into it, but Jordan Hicks is on the team. He's been on the team for God knows how long. I remember pulling on his pieces right before his primetime performer was available for training, and yeah, he's not going anywhere. So, and he's also, I think, not my starter sub linebacker. No, he is my starting sub linebacker over Bill Romanowski, so wanted to keep that in mind. I'm actually thinking about getting Brandon Graham and adding him up here, and possibly like finagling a couple like positions. I'm gonna get that new Chuck B, and I will get some gameplay out with him, seeing how his pass rushing stats are, because honestly, on the Eagles team with the chems that I have, I can like tailor make any player on my team to be godlike. That's just how I feel, as long as he's an Eagles player. But with all that being said, man, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Nick Foles is my quarterback right now, if you haven't already noticed. And then I have Michael Vick as a backup, just in case I want to mix things up, you know, either mid-game or every other game, you know, because sometimes not having enough speed to get outside the pocket is a little bit of a bummer, but Nick Foles throws dots, so I can't really argue. That'll be the end for the video. If you have any other questions regarding an Eagles theme team or theme teams in general, I'm going to do my best to answer them down below in the comment section, so feel free to go ahead and do that, or hit me up on Twitter at I'mATrip94. Link will be in the description for that. If you aren't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. 2-piece those mofos that help the channel grow tremendously. Don't forget to leave your comments and or questions down below. And until next time, fellas, peace.